I'm a lifelong servant. I started this business to serve and to support my daughter when she started college. We're running neck and neck. She graduates next year. And so that was the whole point of it. I wasn't in it to make the money, so to speak. It wasn't a get-rich-quick scheme. I'd been familiar with starting a small business before. I was just going to do it for the notary industry, and it was proving itself to be a valuable asset. A lot of people are in it for the money, and I'm not saying money's a bad thing, but service has always been the foundation for me, for everything that I do. With the creation of the Georgia Notary Network, with trying to educate and support notaries across the state of Georgia, that's what it's always been about. And for me, another piece of the life-changing aspect of it is I work with students, my full-time job. I work with students, I call them second chance students. They're really adult literacy students that need to get their GEDs, high school equivalencies, and also work in corrections. And for me to be able to share with students that this is an opportunity for you. You don't have to just get your high school diploma and move on, but you can actually have something that belongs to you. And so a lot of the people that I've talked to, it's really about starting something for yourself. The notary industry has been the gateway to every, creative thing that I've been kind of doing over the last few years.
I guess for me, I had disability retirement from the state of California. I worked for them for about 16 years. And then while leaving, I became a notary. I took that class to be a notary, and I understood some, but I really didn't understand it all. I got some notification in the mail from the National Notary Association. I had already passed the test, but I took your class anyway. And while taking the class, everyone was stressed out, but not me, because I had passed. I was just enlightened by what I was, by now, clarification, bing, I got it. And from there I left and stayed in the notary industry. But I had developed a mentoring business. I had what I called a ride-along. And so I had developed a contract, and I would let people ride along with me. However, that stopped because as the industry changed, I no longer did that because of privacy things and issues and what like that. But being a notary is a privilege and a misunderstanding. Sometimes people don't know what we do, and it is hard work. But it did change my life, and these were not things I was looking for at all. But I'm proud to be one, and I want to always present the truth and the knowledge about being a notary.
And I will say I love that question you asked, because I grew up in a small town in South Carolina, and we didn't have a whole lot of resources at that time, what a lot of people call poor. We were very poor. And doing this business, what a lot of people don't know about me is, at one point in my life, I was a single father of 5 kids, taking care of 5 kids by myself. And I didn't have a whole lot of role models on financial planning, tax planning, business planning, and all in my life. And when I became a notary, and being a notary, you go through a lot of transactions. You go through transactions with people who are just financially, spiritually, physically poor, and people that are just walking on water financially, physically, doing well. And I see the contrast going in and out of people's homes, seeing the contrast. And one of the things that really changed my life, changed me as a father, not only as a businessman, as a father, was when I went into someone who was doing well financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, they would say to their children, whether their kids are 2 or teenagers, hey, we're doing this transaction. Come in here, sit down. We're doing this transaction so that you can go to Disneyland. We're doing this transaction to help pay for college. We're doing this transaction to help you pay for your wedding. Poor people or people with low resources would say, kids, get out of the room. And just that little thing made me change the way I thought as a father. I bought my first house when I was 40. And I tried to build the principles that I've learned as I was doing this business in each transaction with my kids. My kids now, my youngest bought his first house when he was 26. So it changed the trajectory of how they think about business, how they think of, and I have a son in Texas. He has a PhD, he teaches from the University of Texas. He called me, when he first got his PhD, I said, you know what, you need to have a little business going. I'm not want to hear that. I got my PhD, I don't need a little business. And he called me this week, Dad, you were so right. I should have had my own business going. So those little things that I've learned as a notary really helped me become a better father, not only a better business person, but as a better father and a better grandfather. So that's the thing that changed me, my whole thinking of how to be a better parent.
I was teaching at the college, but not only was I teaching at the college, my husband was teaching with me. So we have been co-teaching for 21 years. And he also is a signing agent. He's been a signing agent for over 20 years. So I cannot tell you what a blessing and how awesome it is to be co-partners with your spouse. And that makes things a little bit easier. So I said, wow. So when I'm up early in the morning, he doesn't think that I'm a little crazy, because he understands and he loves what we do too.